I've been in Japan for, wow, it's soon to be 29 years,
Wow.
almost 30 years, so yeah. So, yeah, and I've been painting all that time. I love to paint and draw, and I have ever since I can remember, since a very young child. And I've always loved drawing and painting plants and trees and flowers, and so up until partway through that experience, I kind of purposely avoided painting in a Japanese style. I didn't want people to think I mean, I didn't come for any exotic reason. I wanted to learn more about the materials, and that was important. And painting those materials were making painting plants possible. But somewhere partway through that journey, I realized that avoiding painting in a Japanese style was as unnatural as it was to try to somehow or another bring it into my work as well. And so I just decided not to care and see what happened. As much as we share, we also have individual variety, and that I've also found that my experience with an international marriage, I'm married to a Japanese woman, has been interesting in that both of our parents, my parents are both American, and my wife's parents are both Japanese, and that the kinds of each family's culture is different, of course. But in going into the marriage, assuming that there wouldn't be any great difficulty in that experience, was a hard thing, I think. But you know, they stuck it out, and they love each other. I'm not implying that you know there was any problem with the marriage, but just that it took a lot of adjustment. Whereas for us, from the very beginning, we were always on the lookout for knowing that there would be you know, difficult differences, and expecting great cultural you know, differences and problems and things working out, and finding that that really wasn't the case, that we had a lot of shared, that we had so much in common that we shared, that we enjoyed, and that we were careful and aware of differences, that it never really was a problem, and that it sort of, we came to the realization that individual differences will always be much greater than, you know, say, cultural differences. And that I found that as well in traveling.
日本画のこう難しいところってどのようなところが、どのような
日本語で答えていいですか？
どうぞどうぞ。
私にとって日本画には難しいところがないですね。どっちかというと、まさに自分の求めていた表現の自由というのが、この日本に来て初めて感じたんですね。で、いろんな人たちにとっていろんな自由があると思うんですけど、自分にとってのその自由の定義というのが、表現上の束縛がないことなんですね。だからいろんな形ではきっと相当厳しい環境でも表現上の自由さえできたら居心地よさを感じるんですね。
そうですよね。What's your future, or what do you want to do in the future?
That is something that God only knows. I have no idea what is in my future. What my desires for the future are is certainly much along the same lines. I think really my ideal for where I want to be and what I want to do is essentially the same thing, to continue to paint for people who have the need of paintings, and that through that artwork